She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She likes the theater and never comes late. She never buys.
The idea snuck up on us whilst Jennifer and I were working our way through a bottle of wine. We were sitting here, actually. I had invited her over to get on good terms with her. She's the one that everyone talks to at the school gate. The queen bee, I suppose. So well turned out. So I wanted to get on her good side. Get her to like me. Get in with the crowd, you know. We got into the subject of my chickens. I have a coop of chickens just there at the bottom of my garden. Jamie Oliver has them as well. I've seen it in his programmes. All the best cooks do, and I have all of their books. I do love them very much. I know I shouldn't get sentimental, but I just can't help it. At last, they lay delicious eggs, and it saves getting them at the farmer's market every Thursday morning. Thing is, it's not the first that depends, far from it. Fourth or fifth, I should think. But every time, a fox gets them. It's quite horrible. Sound of clucking, I run out into the garden to find a pile of feathers and bits. Quite heartbreaking. And Jennifer shares the same disdain for the monsters. Not because of chickens, she doesn't have chickens. She gets her eggs from the local farm shop. But because of the mess that they cause. Bin bags strewn across the street, and the little messes they leave in the front garden. Oh, and Jennifer has a lovely front garden. I must say, it's noticeable when something taints it. She's the one that had thought, the idea. She'd read about it somewhere. I think nasty people doing the same thing to dogs, leaving little parcels of poison nestled inside. Jennifer knows about all kinds of poison. And rat poison is certainly practical, but Jennifer knows about all manner of things that can be used effectively. And I just followed her lead, so to speak. It was quite satisfying, I suppose, in an odd way. Hunting the hunter, you know? Oh, not that I support fox hunting. No. Ghastly business. You know, it may seem a little paradoxical, given my hobby, but the foxes, they hunt in the countryside, but they're not bothering anyone, are they? No, let them be. You know, they're not scrabbling about in the bins and scattering rubbish all over the street and scraping at the remains of an M&S oven-ready meal. No, let them be, not bothering anyone. Well, apart from the farmers and the livestock, but they're not bothering our stats of points. Those disgusting, mangy things, scuttling about the street. Oversized giant rats, that's what Jennifer calls them. Something needs to be done about them. Vermin. You know, in an ideal world, we would allow the toffs to dress up in their silly costumes and charge down the street in the middle of the night and take them out. You know, it's a win-win situation. You get rid of the vermin, and you give the hunters a chance to vent. But it doesn't work like that, does it? Oh well. Oh. Hello? Oh, hello, Jennifer! Yes, I'm just going to go and having a glass. Yes, Jack's out with a client for dinner. Oh, come over! Yes, please do. Oh, I'll just pour you out. Oh. She only lives around the corner, so she won't be a moment. You know, it's quite convenient for laying the traps, usually at the borders of our gardens. Oh, not that we have to deal with corpses, no. They usually just crawl off to die in their holes, I assume. I know it may seem wrong, but they are vermin. They did kill my chickens. You know, if a mouse was bothering you, nobody would blame you for laying down a trap, would they? Like Jennifer says, just a big bloody mouse. Oh, Jennifer, I called you up. Thank you, Alice. Alice? We have a problem. A problem? What sort of problem? A small, furry problem.
Terribly sorry, Alice. I think you may have got ever so slightly carried away there. The long and short of it is, there is a dead dog in my back garden. No gunshot wounds. He wasn't bad at the conservatory with the lead piping. Aside from the small possibility that this was a dog with extremely high cholesterol levels who somehow keeled over from cardiac arrest on my lawn, that the mutt skulked its way into my garden somehow and found one of our little parcels. Sniffed the bugger out and that was that.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh, never mind about that. It's just a bloody nuisance that buggers on my lawn.
Oh, yes, you get him off the lawn. You can't have your lawn ruined by a dead dog.
Nice at all.
No, not nice at all. So what are you going to do about it?
Well, this is sort of why I'm here. I need to ask for advice.
Advice?
Yes, rub it in.
Hold on. What sort of dog is it?
Excuse me.
The dog, the little thing in your garden, what sort of dog is it?
Who cares?
Why, it may belong to someone we know, someone who lives round here. Maybe we know whose dog it is.
Well, it's small. It's white. It's a small white scruffy thing.
A Westie.
A what?
A West Highland Terrier.
Is a West Highland Terrier a small white scruffy thing?
Well, yes.
Well, then it's probably one of them.
Jennifer! Sharon has a West Highland Terrier. Sharon Middleton.
Who's Sharon Middleton?
Sharon Middleton. She did the bottle tombola at the school fair.
Oh, Sharon Middleton. Sharon's a cow.
Oh, yes, Sharon is a cow.
Always so high and mighty with her eco-car. What a cow.
Definitely a cow.
Certainly a cow.
Yes, well, regardless of whether she's a cow or
She is a cow.
yes, well, that may be so, but I think it's Sharon's dog.
Well, I think it was Sharon's dog.
Good point. She only lives a few houses down.
Yes, and it would probably explain why the collar had the surname Middleton on it.
Well, yes, we should have mentioned that in the first place.
Please don't be flippant with me, Alice!
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I'm really sorry, Jennifer. Oh, bloody hell.
Well, no wonder it slipped out the meat then, is it? Can't blame you for that. Can't feed a dog on a vegan diet. That's not natural. Now that is animal cruelty. No wonder it slipped out the meat.
Bloody hell, you've killed Sharon's dog.
I know, Alice. You see, we have killed Sharon's dog. But who's been laying these traps at me? Was it you, or was I sorely mistaken?
Well, then it's one of your traps in your garden.
Well, it was your idea.
It was your idea.
Well, you supported the idea.
You can't live with that dog on me!
Keep your voice down! Come on now. Don't be silly. Still have neighbours? I don't know about you, but I'd rather they didn't all hear. Imagine the scandal. Front page of the Mid-Sussex Times. Comments of canine culling in cul-de-sac. You are in this just as deeply as me. Have to keep your precious little chicken safe. But I have my garden to keep neat and tidy. Fox shit on my lawn. Down go the treats. If anyone finds out we've been laying tasty little morsels of the local wildlife, Lord knows what animal rights groups would do. I'd be off the board of governors for certain. So, the main thing we need to do now is ensure no one finds out. Understand?
Yes.
Good. So, what do we do about our furry little problem?
Well, honestly, I think we should take it to Sharon
Alice! Haven't you been
It's her right! She deserves to know!
But I want a dog!
Well, that's not the point! Well, she may be worried sick, one regrets, run off to.
was found dead next to my daffodils. Then it's not going to get round like wildfire. You remember how that video that Emma at New Year's got around? Oh, Christ. The kids in reception will be talking about this tomorrow morning. No! She doesn't have to know it was found in your garden. What? Yes, because they were found on the road that had been run over, maybe! No, it won't work. This does not look like a dog that has been run over. Sure, one thing to run it over now. Just shake the body, quick and fast, but crunch. No, it's disgusting! I don't bloody do it either! In that case, we can't say it's been run over. This does not look like a dog that has been run over. If anything, it looks like it's very deeply asleep. Apart from the blood around the mouth, of course.
Blood?
Yeah, blood in the lips, that sort of area.
Why is there blood around the lips? Poison doesn't do that!
Just been experimenting with shards of glass. Little bits of glass. Expensive poison, of course not, still keep the same amount in. I doubt a West Highland Terrier system is quite as sturdy as Fox's. Why I couldn't crawl home before it breathed his last little doggy breath. Oh, don't look at me like that, Alice! Now is not the time for being high and mighty. Come on. Back to reality, please. I think it's settled that we can't stroll up to Sharon's door and present her with a corpse. It's not attractive. It's not flattering. It's not big, and it's certainly not clever. And in the event that she would decide upon getting a vet to perform some sort of poochy post-mortem, oh, you know how she goes on. It would not be good for keeping our little project under wraps. Agreed? Agreed. Excellent. So, what do we do now? Simple. It's Midsummer Murders Lesson 1. We need to get rid of the body. No body, no cry. Fine. So, you move the body for me. What? How am I going to bloody do it? It's a missing dog. Jennifer, I'm sorry, but you killed the dog. Alice, this is no time for emotions. We figure out what we're going to do, otherwise we're going to be known as dog killers. Alice, I do not want to be known as a dog killer. No! I said it! I meant it! You killed the dog! Rest assured, if that comes to light, your involvement will also come to light. Or if not, of course. Don't forget. To be blunt, my voice speaks louder than yours in our circles. I don't want to sound threatening, but just need to know I have you on side. Yes, fine. All that needs to be done is the body putting in the boot of a car and driven over to a wood somewhere. Doesn't even have to be buried, really. Although that would put it at less risk of being found. Fine. So you'll move the body for me, yes? What? Well, I'm going to do it. Me. Why not? Disposing and moving of a dead body, please. It's really not my sort of thing. Well, it's not my sort of thing either. Okay, agreed. It's no one's sort of thing. Well, why would I do it? Serve you. Favour to a friend in need. No! No, I won't do it, Jennifer. No, I won't tell Sharon for you. I will lie for you. I won't pass up shards of glass for you, but I won't bury the body! No! I thought of moving that thing and burying it. Poor thing! Oh, God! No, I won't do it! Not for you! Of course. I understand. I'm sorry that I asked it of you. Incidentally, did you know that the chairman position at Friends of School is coming up for grabs? Yes. Claire is stepping down. Shame, really. She's done such an excellent job with the fundraising and such, but she's got to move on. Her older children are off at university now, and her Tommy is just finishing year 6, so her and her husband feel it's time for a change of scene. Off to Devon, I believe. Yes, that's the plan. Nice place by the coast. Can't say I blame her. Quite jealous in a way. Anyway, the point is, the chairman position is coming up for grabs. I won't lie, it is a time-consuming job. We need someone who can fill her shoes. Someone who's good at getting jobs done. Someone who gets the job done. Didn't you say you were interested a while ago, or am I imagining? I mean, you've done excellent work with the board so far. Really got above and beyond with the board, yes. A tendency to fade into the background at times, but I think you know that. Just think, word from the governors wouldn't go amiss, would it? Someone respectable on the board. You do remember that I am a governor, don't you, Alice? Just think how proud your Katie would be. Her mummy! Top dog at Friends of School. Something to keep you busy in your spare time, running the show and all. Of course. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just not your cup of tea.
Fine. Do you think Ashton Wood would be best?